Very good afternoon, everyone. The guest is with us now. I welcome Professor Sanjiv Harinkhede, Assistant Professor Civil Engineering Department, Jain College of Engineering, Nagpur, on the topic Control Devices Signal Designed by Webster's Method under Prerna Scheme, sponsored by AICT. I request you, sir, please take over the session.
Okay, thank you, Asif sir.
Thank you.
So, good afternoon, one and all who are present here. Today we're going to deliver one of the important topic in traffic engineering. As we know that in last session, of traffic engineering, we have discussed the various studies on traffic on flow, that is speed, travel time, delay, ODD study, PCU, peak hour factor, parking study, accidental study and analysis, statistical analysis of traffic data. These are all part covered in our previous lecture. Then in last lecture, we have studied the again most important topic related to the traffic engineering, that is microscopic and macroscopic parameters of traffic flow and its fundamental relationship. In that we have studied about the speed, distance and flow, these three parameters which can very important for the traffic engineering point of view. Now today we discuss the most important topic, that is traffic regulation and control. As we know that there are various signals and controls are there whenever we go to any road or any areas. Why this is necessary, that we have to study today. The traffic regulation and control are in order to have for a safe traffic on the road. Because of safe traffic on the road, it is very important to regulate or control the traffic. It is desirable to impose adequate traffic regulation and traffic control with the help of standard traffic control devices. There are many devices such as signals are provided, or the other photographic or videographic signals are again there. Automatic video controls are there which can help in order to safer traffic on road. The traffic regulation and control are implemented with the help of suitable regulatory signs, signals, marking, traffic island and other devices. These are the most important regulatory systems, that is sign, signal, marking, traffic island and other devices. Traffic island in a but your rotary or in a chalk, there are some traffic are diverted, that is called as a traffic island. The various regulation imposed through the traffic control device should fulfill the requirement such as for the clear visibility during the day and night, easy to recognize and understand, sufficient time for the driver driving at the design speed or within the legal speed limit to react and follow the regulation, and finally to ensure the safety in general. These are the four basic regulation imposed to which traffic control devices should be fulfill the requirement. The traffic regulation and law cover the following four phases. These are the main four phases of traffic regulations and law, that is driver control, vehicle control, traffic flow regulation and general control. These are the four major traffic regulations and laws are there. We have discussed the first, that is regulation and control on driver. The first part of that regulation is driver. The control on driver includes eligibility for the driving motor vehicle, issue of the driving license and the other regulation on the drivers during the act of driving. This is the most important part. As we know that in our India, the issue of driving license is after 18-year-old. There is some weakness in the driver that can be that are not eligible for the driving. So, and the vehicles documents are required for the for all these are included in the regulation and control of the driver. As per the Motor Vehicle Act, the minimum age for getting a driving license to drive a non-gear two-wheeler vehicle is 16 years. That is, we have stated that the scooty or a non-gear vehicle, these are the age for that is 16 years, and the minimum age for driving a gear two-wheeler or four-wheeler is 18 years, as we discussed before. The driving a motor vehicle without a valid driving license is an offense. This is the most important thing. As we know that in our Nagpur also, if we found a without license or any document, they can find charge near about 500, 1000 up to 10,000 rupees. Before the issue of driving license for a specified category of vehicle, one has to undergo the specified test. There is test is there, that is driving test is there in a office of traffic control. The driver is expected to demonstrate his ability to drive the vehicle safely, and he should be conservative with the motor vehicle rules and regulations. The separate requirement and test have been specified for driving different categories of motor vehicle, such as two-wheeler automobiles, lightweight motor, public transport vehicle, heavy commercial vehicle, etc. These all are separate requirement and tests have been specified. There are regulations prohibiting driving under the influence of alcohol or drunken driving. As we know that in our India, there are so many cases are based on drunk and drive cases. Okay, so this is prohibited driving, prohibited while during the driving. The dangerous driving, including exceeding the specified speed limit. As we know that whenever we are going to on a highway, we show that there is a 4-lane, 3 lanes or 2-lane road. We are exceed our speeds near about 100 to 150 kilometer per hour. Okay, this is very dangerous for driving, which may be rendered to driver to pay specified penalty or suspend the driving license for a specified period or permanently disqualify the driving a vehicle into a country. The regional transport officer has power to endorse upon the driving license. Okay, that is the RTO officer. Regional, we said that RTO officer has a power to driving endorse the driving license. The particular of the traffic violence and other number of severity of violence, the exceed permissible limit, the license can be suspended or even maybe cancelled. Okay. The regulation for vehicle. In last slide, we have discussed the regulation and control for the driver. Now we have discussed the regulation and control on vehicles. Regulation and controls on vehicle include vehicle registration, requirement of equipment and accessories of the motor vehicle, maximum permissible dimensions, and weight, vehicle fitness and inspection, etc. As we know that we required some PUC documents for our vehicle. RC book is there. Okay, these are the main most important document while driving any vehicle. The registration is essential for new motor vehicle. Okay, whenever we purchase any new vehicle or motor, the registration is essential. The information about the details of vehicle, such as the type. Okay, is it a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, or a heavy vehicle? Make, manufacturing year, either it is 2019, 20, whatever it is. Capacity of engine, how much cc of there, near about 800 cc, 1000 cc, 1200 cc, up to 4000 cc, etc. Manufacturer series number, that is we have note that is chassis number is there. Details of the owner, who is the client, who can purchase that vehicle, that is details of owner. License plate number, etc. are registered in the transport department and police record. There are different specifications for the public transport vehicle, that is hired vehicle and private vehicle, for displaying the registration number. As we know that there are some private vehicle, their nameplate is yellowish color, I think so. And for our private vehicle, it is white in color, that displaying for the registration number. For example, private vehicle have displayed the registration number of specified size letter and numericals written in a black color on a plate with a white background. The specified color of registration plate is yellow for the public transport vehicle, including hired vehicle, that is on rent basis vehicle. The regulation covers the length, width, height, type and condition of tires, maximum weight of commercial vehicle, seating arrangement and number of seat in a public service vehicle, lamps, signaling appliances, emission, noise, use of horn, speed governance and safety glasses, etc. These all parameters are covered in regulations of vehicle. This is the most important part of the regulation and control on vehicles. At least the third party insurance policy is mandatory for all vehicle. If client is to purchase a new vehicle, it is the first party, and whenever it's sold, that is second hand gadi, we have said that we have purchased second hand gadi, so at least third party insurance policy is mandatory for all vehicles. Now the general regulation and controls, we have discussed about the driver regulation, vehicle regulation. Now there are some general regulations are there. Some other general regulations and provisions are made. They may include reporting of accident, recording and disposing the traffic violence cases, etc. These all are included in general regulation. Now the implementation of these regulations are given below. The traffic regulation have been enacted and implemented in India with the help of the Motor Vehicle Act of 1939. This is again most important question for your examination also. The traffic regulation have been enacted and implemented in India, that is 1939, Motor Vehicle Act 1939, and revised Motor Vehicle Act in 1988. Okay, this is the important question for your examination also. These have covered various traffic regulatory measures in three major phases, namely control on the drivers, vehicle ownership, and vehicle operation on road in a traffic stream. The various items covered are issue of driving license, registration of vehicle, transfer of ownership, distinction between the private and public vehicle, transfer authorities, and interstate commission limits of speed, weight, and restriction on the parking and halting places, vehicle insurance and fees, sign, signals, and general provision for the punishment of violence and offenses. Okay, some of the most common traffic regulations such as one-way regulation and turning restriction at the junction. This is again most important common traffic flow for the regulation. As we know that one-way regulation is there in metro cities, just like Mumbai or Pune, or even in some areas of Nagpur, there is one-way traffic regulation is there to control the traffic. Okay, various other regulations such as stop, speed limit, restriction on overtaking, parking, stopping, etc. There are some boards are displaying near the road, do not stop here, speed limit is 20 km or 30 km per hour. There is restriction of overtaking, do not overtake the vehicle, parking and stopping, etc. All these are implemented by appropriate regulatory signs. Now, whenever we discuss the traffic regulation in metro cities, the one-way street is most important. Okay, as we know that in our Nagpur also, in Lakshmi Nagar area or Dharampet area or Shankar Nagar area, most of the roads are one-way street. Okay, particularly in Mahal side, Mahal in market side, there is one-way streets are there. The general requirement for introduction of one-way street are given below. In congested street, as we know that the Mahal side area, Lakshmi Nagar side area are the congested street. One of the method to reduce the severe vehicle accident and to ensure smooth flow of traffic is by regulating traffic along one-way street. Okay, the traffic is allowed to move only in one specified direction. That is the most important thing in a one-way street. The traffic flow is allowed to move only one specified direction, that is one-way traffic. If both the direction the vehicles are moved, that is two-way traffic, and as we generally known that word. Such regulation are possible only when there is a network of roads connecting two bigger roads, so that additional distance to be transferred by some vehicles through this one-way street is not expensive. As the general guideline, the Indian Road Congress, that is IRC, suggested that due to the introduction of one-way regulations, the extra distance to be traveled does not exceed 30% of the original distance. That is the most important thing. ऐसा नहीं कि अगर अपने को 5 किलोमीटर का अगर एरिया है तो उसको one way ले लेंगे ना. That is only 30% of the original distance will be covered in one-way street. This is feasible only when the complementary roads are available at a very close interval. Okay, if supporting roads are there, available in other areas, then we have to provide one-way street. Okay, proper care should be taken to study the pattern of the displace traffic as a result of the one-way system. Installation, proper care should be taken. Okay, that is the installation of appropriate traffic sign and lane marking are essential before the introduction of the one-way traffic system. Okay, whenever we start the one-way traffic on the road, first of all we install the appropriate traffic sign, that is stop here, parking, do not overtake. This, all these things are covered there, and lane marking are essential. Okay, this is the lane marking is by either white color or yellow color. The appropriate regulatory signs such as no entry, one way, no right turn, no left turn, and all these things are shown whenever we go to the Bardi area, that is Bardi market. As you know that the that road is connected between Lohapul to Sitabardi police station is road. That is one-way traffic. And there are so many displays are there such as no entry, one way, no right turn, no left turn. Are these all are included, should be erected at the all strategic location, especially at the end of the one-way strip and at the meeting point of crossroad. This regulatory sign along with supplementary regulation sign, that is blue colored circle signboard, installed at the appropriate location provide. Okay, and advanced information on the regulatory sign are ahead. In order to scientifically plan and introduce one-way road system in a city, it is desirable to first consider the existing road network as a whole and also arrange to carry out comprehensive traffic studies in the cities. This is the most important general requirement for the one-way street. Okay. Now, the advantage of one-way road systems are there. As we know that if their road is a congested area, the one-way traffic is most important part. Okay, so to increase the one of the advantage of one-way road is to increase the in average travel speed. Okay, and there is more effective coordinate of the signal system. Third one is the slight increase in the roadway capacity. And fourth one is the more streamlined movement of vehicle. These all part are covered in last slide. Reduction in the severe accidents involving in head-to collision, and head-to-head collision are avoided because of this one-way system. Reduction in conflict point and uncontrolled intersection at grade, resulting in reduction in accidents and improve the pedestrian movement. That is the most important problem. Pedestrian movement is improved in a one-way signal or one-way traffic. The disadvantage also, if there are so advantages are there, some disadvantage of this one-way traffic road system is there. It is increase in travel distance for majority of the vehicle trip. If you want to go from just an example, take one example in Nagpur. If you want to go from Sitabardi to railway station Nagpur, okay, there is a shortcut. Okay, which one is that? It is from Bardi market. That road is there. But because of it is one way, we have to travel it from the 0 mile to that flyover to that. Okay, so increase in time travel distance. Okay, that is the main disadvantage by one-way road system. Second is possible increase in fuel cost. Absolutely, if the travel distance is increases, the fuel cost is again fuel requirement is more, and it increase the fuel cost, and also travel time for a small proportion of vehicle. Then third disadvantage is possibility of violence of one-way regulation to save the extra travel distance by some road users in absence of the strict enforcement, resulting in additional accidents. Okay, and it is difficult for pedestrian to cross wide one-way road. This may lead to additional pedestrian accidents on such wide road sketches, and unless appropriate measurements are there, it's taken for safe pedestrian crossing facility identified the location. Okay, this is just one example. Okay, it is two-way road margins are there. There is a this part is a Iceland, that is rotary vagare. There are two ways transport is there. Okay, the major conflict is near about 16 crossings are there. Out of that, minor conflict is 8, and total 24 conflicts are there where the accident may be possible. That is conflicted on cross a road with two-way traffic on both the sides. Okay. This is taken from IRC also. Table number 5.13, that is reduction in potential conflict point on crossroad different lane width due to the imposing one-way regulation. If there is one way, what is the advantage? It is a two-way. What is their disadvantage? All these things are covered here. Just an example, I will show that this is the two-way system and it is one-way system. because of one way. Both type one way and two way is there, the road conflict are reduces. Okay, as we know, there are 24 conflicts are there. Whenever we use this system one way regulation, there are only 11 conflicts are there. That is the main advantage of this one way street. Now whenever we move forward, the most important part again in traffic engineering, that is traffic control devices. Okay, there are various devices which are used for to control the traffic in RTO office also. The various ads and devices used to control the regulate the guide traffic may be called traffic control devices. The general requirement of traffic control devices are for the attention, meaning, and time for response and respect the road user. This is the most general requirement of traffic control devices. Okay, attention, meaning, and the time for response. The traffic control devices are installed along the road should be well within the field of the vision of the drivers who are driving their vehicles at the design speed or at a legal speed limit. These devices should distinctly draw the attention of the drivers and should be convey the meaning without any ambiguity. Okay, the location of these devices should be such as there is a sufficient time for the driver to respond and take appropriate action. Okay, so these are the basic requirement where we install that particular devices. The most common among the traffic control devices are traffic sign, traffic signals, road marking, and traffic island. Okay, these are the four main common traffic control devices. In addition, road lighting is useful in guiding the traffic during night. As we know that in Nagpur also there are at night whenever we go to the road, there are some lights are provided there which shows the lane of that particular road site. It is also essential that these traffic control devices and their meaning should be easily understood even by the road users who are not familiar with languages of the country. Okay, this is the most important part, and everyone should know that particular meaning of that traffic control, though he should not familiar with the language of the country. Now, the general features of regulatory signs. Okay, which are the various features as we discussed in this slide. The regulation signs are also called as mandatory sign. Okay, this is again important. Regulatory sign are also called as a mandatory sign. The sign are meant to inform the road users of certain law, regulation, and prohibitions. The violence of any of the regulatory sign is a legal offense and is punishable as specified. Okay, all the regulatory and mandatory signs are circular in shape with only two exceptions. There are stop sign and give one way sign. Okay, stop sign is generally in hexagonal shape, and give way sign is generally in inverted triangle. All other signs are in circular shape, circular in shape. Along the regulatory sign of circular shape, majority of them have a red color border of width 60 mm and white color in the interior. And as we know, shown every traffic signs on the road, stop sign or witness sign, it is of red color by white margin. Okay, and white color in background. Okay, however, the color of the interior of no parking and no stopping signs are blue. This is a distinction between the other regulatory sign and this no parking and no stopping sign. Okay, other are red and white in color, it is blue in color. Okay, other exception in categories are no entry sign, which is of circular shape but full red in color with white colored horizontal strip of width 90 mm. Okay, all other are 60 mm width, it is 90 mm width. Restriction end sign is this sign indicate that the prohibition or other restriction imposed by the regulatory sign aimed at this spot. This is circular signboard which in color with the black diagonal strip of width 130 mm. The second category of the regulatory or mandatory sign are intended to supplement the main set of sign. These are classified under the category compulsory direction control and other design. These signs are circular in shape but blue in color and white color arrow mark within. Okay, thus the regulatory or mandatory sign may be classified under the following subheads, that is stop and give sign, no parking, no stopping sign, restriction end sign, prohibitory sign, speed limit and vehicle control sign, compulsory direction control, and other sign. Okay, these are the most important regulatory sign. Anna, like this, and you know that the first one is straight prohibited or no entry. Okay, another one-way sign is there. It indicates only one direction, that is one-way sign. It is vehicle provided in both the direction, that sign indicate. Okay, these are the various. Important is that speed limit, that number is indicate the speed limit. Okay, that is width limit. Restriction, it is left turn, right turn, go straight. Okay, there is a turn right, okay, turn left, and compulsory keep left. These are the various compulsory direction control signs. Okay, then there are various regulatory types of various regulatory signs. That is, first is stop sign. Okay, stop sign is a octagonal in shape, red in color, with the white border of width 16 mm. And as we discussed in last slide, that is stop sign is octagonal in shape, red in color, with white border with width 60 mm. The stop sign is intended to stop the vehicle entering a major road from minor or side road where the traffic must compulsorily come to a stop before entering the major road. The stop line has to be clearly marked on the pavement, and the stopped vehicle shall be proceed behind the stop line only after ascertaining that this will not cause conflict or danger to the traffic of the major road. The drivers have to understand the significance of the stop sign of octagonal shape even without no need to word stop. It is written in any language. Oh, no, there is no language bar for the stop sign. That octagonal shape also indicate it is the stop sign. However, the regulatory sign may be used in combination with a rectangular definitions plate with the word stop written in English and other language as necessary. Another sign is give way sign. The give way sign in the shape of inverted triangle with its apex downwards has a red border with width of 70 mm and white color interior. The give way sign is used to control the vehicle on a road so as to assign right way to traffic on other roadways. This sign may also be used in combination with the definition plate. Okay, so this is about the give way sign. This is important for to convey the traffic or control the vehicle on the road. Okay, now next regulatory sign is prohibitory sign. These signs are circular in shape, white in color, with a red border and a red diagonal line. Prohibitory signs are meant to prohibit certain traffic movement or entry of certain vehicle and class. The different type of prohibition are shown symbolically in a black color. For example, the different type of sign under this category include one-way, motor vehicle prohibited, no entry, U-turn, right turn, left turn, or turn prohibited, overtaking prohibited, and horn prohibited. It is also in a black color, shown in a black color. Next type is no parking sign. Okay, the no stopping or standing sign is a circular in shape with blue black ground, red border, and two oblique red bars at 45 degree and at right angle to each other. No parking sign is meant to prohibit parking of vehicle at that place. The definition plate may be indicate the parking restriction with respect to the days, distance, etc. Now the speed limit sign, this is again most important sign where whenever we go to the road, this symbol is mostly used in highways or in a village road also. Okay, this sign are circular in shape and having white background, red border, and black numericals indicating the speed limit. And in a road, there is a mention 30 km per hour, 40 km per hour, 50 km per hour, like that. Speed limit sign are meant to restrict the speed of all or certain classes of vehicle on a particular stretch of a road. The vehicle control sign are similar to speed limit sign with black symbol instead of the numerical. The common control with width limit, height limit, length limit, and load limit and actual load limit, these all are included in speed limit sign. Okay, width limit, suppose the vehicle has this much of limit, height of the vehicle this much of, length is this, these all are included in speed limit sign. Now the next is restriction end sign. These sign are also circular with white background and broad diagonal black band at 45 degrees. The restriction end sign indicate the point at which all prohibitions notified by the prohibitory sign for a moving vehicle cease to apply from that point. Some of the regulatory and mandatory signs standardized by the Indian Road Congress are shown in figure 2.23. Okay, these are some regulatory signs which are given by IRC, Indian Road Congress. Okay, this is stop sign. This is stop sign, one-way sign. Okay, speed limit sign, do not turn left, right, whatever it is compulsory regulatory sign for turn left, turn right, or anywhere go to the. Now next is warning sign. Okay, this is again important. The warning signs are in the shape of equilateral triangle with its apex painting upwards. They have a white background, red border, and black symbols. Warning signs or cautionary signs are used to warn the road users of certain hazardous conditions that exist on the adjacent to the roadways. The warning signs are to be located at sufficient distance in advance of the hazard warned against. These distances are to be based on the design legal speed limit of the road stretch. The commonly used warning signs are, this is again important, the commonly used warning signs are sharp curve, right hand, left hand curve, hairpin bend or left right, reverse bend, left right, steep ascent or descent, narrow bridge or road ahead, gap in median, slippery road, cycle crossing, pedestrian crossing, school zone, men at work, crossroad, side road, T intersection, Y intersection, major road ahead, roundabout ahead, dangerous deep, hump, rough road, barrier ahead, unguarded railway crossing, guarded railway crossing, and falling rock, etc. These all are warning signs. Okay, some of these warning signs are shown in figure 5.25. Okay, so this is a very warning sign, that is typical cautionary sign. Okay, this is right curve, right hand curve, this is left hand curve, it is hairpin bend left, it is reverse bend right. In general, in our Marathi language, it is Nagmodi Rasta, that is reverse bend right, that is crossroad, side road, narrow bridge, major road ahead, T intersection. These are the various warning signs used by IRC. Okay. Next is informatory signs. The informatory signs are rectangular in shape. These signs are used to guide the road user along routes, inform them of destination and the distance, thus providing with information to make travel easier, safe, and pleasant. The color chosen for informatory or guide sign dependent on the classification of the road. For national highway and state highway, the informatory sign shall be of green black with the border and word message in the white color. For all other categories of road, such as MDR means major district road, ODR means other district road, and VR means village road, these signs shall have white background with borders and word messages in black color. The information sign are grouped under the following subheads, that is a direction and place identification sign, facility information sign, other useful information sign, parking sign, and floodgate. These all are included in information sign. Let's see one by one. The direction sign and place identification sign are rectangular in shape with the longer side the horizontal. The sign of this group include destination sign, direction sign, route mark sign, and place identification sign. Okay. Next is the information side. The facility information signs are rectangular with blue background and white back letter symbol. The sign indicate facilities such as public telephone, petrol pump, hospital, first aid post, eating place, resting place, etc. Next one is flood gauge. Flood gauge sign should be installed at all causeways or submersible bridges or culverts to be road user to height of that flood above the road level. Generally जब बाढ़ वगैरह आती है तो जहाँ पे बाढ़ आने के चांसेस रहते हैं, जैसा ब्रिज हो गया या डाउन वाला एरिया वगैरह रहेगा, at that places we can use this sign, regulated sign, that is flood gauge sign. Okay, just and take example. IRC again shows that if road junction is approached there, okay, that indicate this right side goes to the Rohtak, New Delhi, and Nazafgarh. This background is yellow background. These letters, border and arrow is black in color, and this letter is near about 80 mm high letters. Okay, means in capital letter 80 mm size is there. This post again 80 mm by 80 mm by 80 mm, and this is T iron is there. Okay, this is road junction approach. Another one is the route maker sign. Okay, this indicate the definition plate. Okay, this is the post ground level. Okay, these all are covered in the warning system. Okay, the general principle to be observed during installation of traffic signs. Okay, which are the principles? Generally, this question is asked: which are the various principles while installation of the traffic sign? The sign should be placed such that they could be seen and recognized by the road users easily and in time. जो भी हम regulatory system हम लगा रहे हैं, that should be in such a place which can be seen and recognized easily on in time by the drivers. The transverse location of the sign may be such that in the case of road with curbs, the edge of the sign adjacent to the road is not less than 0.6 meter away from the edge of the curb. The transverse location of the sign on the road without curb is the nearest edge may be 2 to 3 meter from the edge of carriageway. Okay, the sign should be mounted on sign post painted alternately with a 25 centimeter black and white band. The size, shape, color code, and the symbols used and the location of the sign should be as specified under each category. The reverse side of all the sign plate should be painted gray. Okay, these are the common general principle to be observed while installation of traffic sign. Now, this traffic sign and its objects of the traffic signals are given. Okay, at the intersection, okay, particular what is meant by intersection, there is a crossing roads are there. Okay, at the intersection there are large number of crossing and right turn traffic, there possibility of several accidents as there cannot be orderly movement. On crossroad with 2-lane and 2-way traffic, there are 16 crossing conflict as illustrated in last previous slide. The problem of such conflict at the intersection gains more significance as the traffic volume increases. In such situation, the earlier practices have been control the traffic with the help of traffic police, that is RT officer, who stop the vehicle on one of the road alternately and allows the traffic stream of the other road to cross the take right turn. Okay, this generally this condition is used in Nagpur so many times. Thus, the crossing streams of traffic flow are separated by time segregation. In bigger cities, a large number of police personnel are required simultaneously to control the traffic during peak hour at most of the junctions with heavy traffic flow. Therefore, the traffic signals are made use of to perform this function of traffic control at road intersection. The traffic signal are automatic. The traffic signal are automatic traffic control devices which could alternately direct the traffic to stop or produce intersections using red and green traffic light signals as per the predetermined time setting. The main requirement of traffic signal are draw attention of the road user, enable them to understand the meaning of the light signal, provide sufficient time to respond, and ensure minimum waste of time. This is the main objective of traffic signal. Now, the advantage of traffic signal, whenever it is properly designed traffic signal at intersection, okay, provide orderly movement of traffic at the intersection. Intersection means crossroad where two roads are cross each other. It's that point is called as an intersection point. Okay, the quality of traffic flow is improved by forming compact platoons of the vehicle, provided all the vehicle move at approximately at the same speed. Okay, if anybody increase this speed, the accident or collision may be happen. The reduction in accident due to crossing conflict, notably the right angle collision. Okay, if there is an intersection or crossing road are there, this may be possible reduction accidents due to crossing conflict. Traffic handling capacity is highest among the road, different type of intersection at grade. The traffic provided a chance to a traffic of minor road to cross the continuous traffic flow of the main road at reasonable interval of time. The pedestrian can cross the road safely at the signalized intersection. When the signal system is properly coordinated, there is a reasonable speed along with the major traffic. Okay, automatic traffic signal may be worked out to be more economical when compared with the manual control. Yeah, it is not possible at every time the manual control is there. RT officer is not possible to stand there for the 12-hour or 24-hour. That the best replacement of that is automatic traffic signals. Okay, though it has some advantage of traffic signal, there is some disadvantage also. That is, the rear end collision may increase. Improper design of location and location of signals may be lead to a violence of the control system. Failure of the signal due to electric power or any other defect may cause the confusion to the road user. This is happening in India most of the time. The variation in vehicle arrival on the approaches road may cause increase in waiting time on the road and unused green signal time on other road when fixed time traffic signals are used. Okay, the excessive delay of vehicle may be caused particularly during the off-peak hour. This is happen most of the time. Drivers may be induced to use less adequate and less safe route to avoid the delayed signal. These are some disadvantage of traffic signals. Okay, now whenever we design that traffic sign and signal, there are some terms which are used. We have discussed that term. The period of time required for one complete sequence of signal indications is called signal cycle. Okay, these are the questions for a multiple choice question. These questions are asked most of the time. The period of time required for one complete sequence of signal indication is called signal time. Next one is signal phase. The part of the signal cycle time that is allocated to stop the traffic or allow the traffic movement is called signal phase. Okay, कब रोकना है, कब उसको फ्लो करना है ट्रैफिक को, that moment is called as a signal phase. The duration of stop phase is a red phase. Okay, whenever the vehicle is stopped, that is a red phase. Where the duration of go phase in green phase. Okay, as we know that in a traffic signals, a red color indicates stop, green signals indicate go, amber color shows please wait. Okay, these all signs are given or ready to move. Any of the division of signal cycle during which signal indication do not change is called as interval. Okay, the engineer has to design the signal with the sequence and duration of individual phases to serve all appropriating traffic at the desired level of service, that is LOS. In our first lecture we have discussed about this LOS, level of service, where the intersection and add grade intersection part we have considered. The level of service is measured by the vehicle delay, the queue length, or a number of vehicle backup, and the probability of vehicle entering the intersection during the first green phase after arrival. The capacity of the signalized intersection depends on physical factors of the road such as roadway width, number of lane, geometric design features of intersection, and also the green and red phase of the traffic signal. The capacity is also affected by operational and control factor such as number of turning movement, number and size of commercial vehicle, pedestrian traffic signal characteristic, and abating lane uses. These are the main affected by operational and control factor. Okay, then there are various traffic signals are there. The signals are classified into following types, that is traffic control signal, pedestrian signals, and special traffic signal. The traffic control signal are three colored light which glow facing each direction of the traffic flow, namely red, amber, and green. Okay, this is generally we have seen at every intersection or every chowk or road. The red light is meant for stop, है ना. अगर लाल लाइट दिखता है तो उसका इंडिकेशन क्या होता है, आपको गाड़ी रोकना है. The green light for go. Okay, the amber or yellow light allow the clearance time for the vehicle which enter the intersection area by the end of the green time. Okay, that amber color shows that is clearance time to clear off all intersection before change over to red signal. Green signal से लाल signal के बीच का जो period रहता है, that is called as a clearance time, and it is indicated by amber or yellow color. Okay, a typical traffic sign is shown in figure. Okay, additional signals showing green light for separate movement of turning traffic movement may also be provided wherever necessary. Okay, so this type of signals are provided. Okay, that red color for stop, amber color for clearance time, green color for go. Okay. Next is pedestrian signals और जिसको हम पदचारी बोलते हैं, जो पैदल चलने वाले लोग हैं उनके लिए भी कुछ सिग्नल्स रहते हैं. पेडेस्ट्रियन सिग्नल्स may be installed at the intersection controlled by traffic signals to enable the pedestrian to safely cross the specified road. In such cases, the pedestrian signals and their timing are interlinked to operate along with the traffic control signal. At certain location of mid-block stretch of urban road with high demand for pedestrian crossing, separate pedestrian signals may be installed along with appropriate warning or informatory signs. The special traffic signals are given. The special traffic signals such as flashing beacons may be installed at a certain location in order to warn the traffic of certain situation. At flashing red signals, the drivers of vehicle shall stop before entering the nearest crosswalk at an intersection or at a stop line. The flashing yellow signals are cautionary signals meant to signify that drivers to proceed with caution. Now, these traffic control system are the traffic control system are of different type on traffic signal are used in India, such as manually operated signal, fixed time automatic signal, and automatic traffic actual signal. First of all, we have discussed with the manually operated signal. As we know that manual means इंसान द्वारा चलाती है ना, इंसान जिसको ऑपरेट कर सकता है, that is manually operated signal. Each of manually signals is operated from silent point at or near the intersection by the traffic police constable, that is RTO officer, we can say that. RTO officer is available there for the manual signal operation. The signal phase may be varied depending on the traffic demand at the point of time. Next is fixed time automatic signals. The fixed time automatic traffic signal keep repeating the same set of signal phases and the signal cycle time that has been set in a signal controller. This type of traffic signals may be function satisfactorily at the location where there is no significant variation in a traffic flow on the different approaches road. In USA, fixed time signals are far more numerous than vehicle actuated type. The timing of each phase of cycle is predetermined based on the traffic studies, and they are the simplest and cheapest type of automatic traffic signal which are electrically operated. The main drawback is that when the traffic flow on a road may be almost nil and traffic on the crossroad may be quite heavy, the traffic in a heavy stream will be keep waiting at the red phase. Okay, this is generally happen कि अगर ट्रैफिक कंट्रोल सिस्टम वहां पे लगा है, फिक्स टाइमर, अगर 100 सेकंड का अगर वहां पे टाइमिंग लगा है और कोई भी व्हीकल नहीं है वहां पे जाने वाला, तो बाजू वाला जो रहता है लेन वाला वो वेट करना पड़ता है. दिस इज द मेन ड्रॉबैक ऑफ दिस फिक्स टाइम ऑटोमेटिक सिग्नल्स. Then the last one is automatic traffic actuator signal. These are those in which the timing of phase and cycles are changed according to the traffic demand. Okay, जैसे हम देख सकते हैं कि 10 बजे ट्रैफिक बहुत ज्यादा रहता है ना, वही अगर दोपहर में थोड़ा कम रहता है, तो at that signals or that intersection we have provided the automatic traffic actuated signal. Vehicle actuated signal in which the green period vary and are related to the actual demands made by the traffic. This is made possible by installing the detectors on the traffic. The vehicle actuated signals are very popular in UK. Okay, then semi-actuated traffic signals are there, fully actuated traffic signals are there, and model actuated systems are there again. Okay, these are some advantage and disadvantage of fixed time vehicle actuated and semi actuated signal. As we know that the delay time is there for semi or actuated time, or fixed time is there. Okay, simple in construction, relative with expansion. Okay, these all are the advantage, and time is that it cannot be signal coordinate with the believe in cause accident and red time. That is the disadvantage. Okay, next one is the coordinated control system. Okay, these are the network on area which is very complex problem. Okay, there we are provide the coordinate system. Then simulated system is there, simplicity and flexible progressive system is there. This part is again skipped for some times. Okay, now the important topic for this lecture is Webster method of traffic signal design. Okay, this is again useful part of our syllabus. The Webster method of traffic has been found from studies that the average delay and the overall delay to the vehicle at a signalized intersection vary with a signal cycle length. The average delay per vehicle is high when the cycle length is very less. Okay, as a seasonable proportion of vehicle may not clear during the first cycle and may spill over the subsequent cycle. So this is the Webster method. As the signal cycle time is increased, the average delay per vehicle decreases up to a certain minimum value. Thereafter, the delay starting increasingly, indicating that there is an optimum signal system time corresponding to least overall delay. The optimum cycle time period depends on the geometric detail of the intersection and the volume of the traffic approaching the intersection from all the approach road during the design hour. The Webster method of traffic signal design is an analytical approach of determining the optimal signal cycle time corresponding to minimum total delay to the vehicle at an approach road of the intersection. The fieldwork consists of determining the following two sets of value on each approach road near the intersection. That value is the normal flow Q on which approach during the design hour and the saturated flow S per unit time. In last lecture we have discussed the various parameters which affect the traffic engineering. जैसे हमने देखा था कि distance is there, speed is there, flow is there. So in flow we can it is denoted by Q and the saturated flow is denoted by S per unit time. The normal flow value Q1 and Q2 on road 1 and 2 are determined from the field studies conducted during the design hour or traffic during peak 15-minute period. The saturation flow of vehicle is determined from careful field studies by noting that the number of vehicle in the stream of compact flow during the green phases and the corresponding time interval previously. In the absence of data, the approximate value of saturation flow is estimated assuming 160 passenger car unit. Okay, 160 PCU per 0.3 meter width of appropriate road. अगर अपने पास data available नहीं है, this is again most important question for your examination also. For Webster method, if in the absence of approximate value of saturation flow, okay, the estimated assuming 160 PCU per 0.3 meter width of approach road. Based on selected value of the flow, the ratio and the determined on the approach road 1 and 2. In the case of mixed traffic, it is necessary to cover the different vehicle classes in terms of suitable passenger car unit, that is PCU, values at signalized intersection. In case these are not available, they may be determined separately. The normal flow of traffic on the approach road may also be determined by conducting field studies during off-peak hour to be designed different set of signal timing during other period of the day also, as required so as to provide different signal setting. The optimum signal cycle is given by the relation C0 is equal to 1.5 L plus 5 1 minus Y, where L is the total lost time per cycle in second is equal to 2n plus R, where n is the number of phases. Capital R is the all red time or red amber time. All red time or maybe provided for the pedestrian crossing, that Y is equal to Y1 plus Y2. Here Y1 is the Q1 by S1. Okay, that Q1 is the traffic flow and S1 is the time, and Y2 is equal to Q2 by S2. Within G1 is equal to Y1 by Y C0 minus L, and G2 is the Y2 by Y C0 minus L. By using this, similar procedure is followed when there are more number of signal phases. Okay, there is one example I have illustrated there. Okay, that is example. The average normal flows of traffic on crossroad A and B during design period are 400 and 250 PCU per hour. The saturation flow values on this road is estimated in near about 1250 and 1000 PCU per hour respectively. The all red time required for pedestrian crossing 12 seconds. Design two-phase traffic signal with pedestrian by Webster method. Okay, so all data is given, that is A and B. QA is equal to 400 PCU per hour. QB is equal to 250 PCU per hour. Saturation flow, SA is equal to 1250 and SB is equal to 1000 PCO per hour. All rate time is R is equal to 12 second is there. Given number of phases N is equal to 2. Okay, all data are given. Okay, what we have to do, put the value, get the answer. That is YA is equal to QA by SA, that is 400 divided by 1250, it is 0.32. Then YB is equal to QA by SA, 250 by 100, that is 0.25. Then capital Y is equal to YA plus YB means 0.32 plus 0.25 is equal to 0.57. The total loss time is L is equal to 2N by R, that is 2 into 2. N is given again, that is phase 2 second. That is 2 into 2 plus 12 is equal to 16 second. The optimum cycle C0, we have to put that value in formula 1.5 L plus 5 1 minus I. That gives the 67.4, say that is 67.5 seconds. Okay, then GA is calculated by YA by Y. By using this formula, it is 29, and again it is GB is 29. Provided all rate time, that is R is equal to, for pedestrian crossing, that is 12 seconds. Provided umber time for 2 seconds each for clearance, total cycle time, that is 29 plus 22.5 plus 12 plus 2 plus 2. This all is given 67.5 second. Okay, the sketch, note, the one note is there, a sketch of phase diagram shown in next with the signal phase and cycle timing option for may be drawn if needed. Okay, so these are the today's part we have to cover. Okay, in today's lecture we have discussed about the various signs and signal, Webster method, intersection part is there. Okay, if there are any questions, please ask.
Thank you, Sanjiv sir.
Yes, is there any question?
Students, if you have any question, please ask. Okay, sir, I think there is no question from student side.
Okay, sir. If they have any question, they can contact me also.
Okay,
no issue.
Definitely, sir. I will provide your number and email ID to the students.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you for joining, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Students, do you have the link of that attendance form? If yes, then fill the attendance form and then you can leave the class. Fill the attendance form and you can leave the class.